So before we begin the instructional part of the DVD, learning the short form, we're just going to go over a couple of fundamentals just to get started. So in this particular form, all movement begins in the feet. And movement is utilized either by a switch in weight or turn of the waist. So it's important to go over some of the stances that we find in this short form. So as far as stances go, the first stance that we run into is a V stance, where the feet are in the shape of a V. And then if we kick our heels out, we have a natural stance. So we have basic natural stance. And then with our feet in a V, when we step out, we'll bring all our weight into our right leg and step out to the left, and we have a riding horse stance. So with the riding horse stance, the feet are slightly diagonal. So from the V stance, we can easily step out into horse stance. The next stance that we find in the form is the bow and arrow stance. So one way to get into the bow and arrow stance is to bring all the weight into the left foot, and then we just step forward with the right. So here we have a bow and an arrow. And then when we switch the weight back, the bow becomes the arrow, and the arrow becomes the bow. So basic functioning of the bow and arrow stance is advance, retreat, look to the left, and gaze to the right. So it's important before you begin doing the form that you practice your stances to get more familiar with them. So this stance is like sitting in an office chair or rolling on a beach ball, where your center of gravity, which has been lowered, just goes across the floor at an equal distance. And then we're going to add some hand movements. So to advance, we push off the back leg, and to retreat, we push off the front leg. So for this one here, as we push off the back leg, we're just going to swing the arms and then push off the front leg and turn the waist. And then stepping back into a V, keeping your center of gravity still low, all the weight on the right foot, and then step out left bow and arrow stance. So we have advance, retreat, look to the right, and gaze to the left. So we're actually sitting down at this point in time. It appears that there's weight on this foot, but we're actually sitting on this back leg. When we advance, we're sitting on this leg. So that means that we can change the direction, use knees or kicks. So anytime there's an empty or insubstantial leg, that implies a change in direction or a knee or a kick.